So there I was, minding my own business, when all of a sudden I felt a drop of water on my head. And I started thinking, is it going to rain today? But then I realized I was inside my home. So the only reason I would feel a drop of water would be because I have a water leak. Yes, water leaks in my opinion are scary. They can lead to wood rot and some serious damage if not taken care of. So what I like to do before calling a plumber is I like to find the leak myself. And that's where I save myself a lot of money. You see, when you call a plumber, some charge by the hour, and they can take a while to find a leak. So if I'm able to identify where the leak is coming from, I can avoid them spending an hour or two looking for it. They can just arrive and start to work on it immediately. Sometimes it's not easy to find a water leak, especially if they're really small. Sometimes it takes weeks or months for some people to even find out they have a water leak. Luckily, this started to leak out of my bathroom exhaust fan. It's a small drop, but I know that leak is not right above the fan though. That leak is traveling from another area. It's traveling through the insulation of the water pipe. So I removed the fan and some of the pipe insulation to try and see where the leak was coming from. And you can see how the water is now leaking out of the other piece of pipe insulation. So it is traveling through it. So once I've removed the second piece of pipe insulation, I began to inspect the entire pipe. I turned on my ryobi light to get some better visibility. About 3 to 4 feet away, I noticed some corrosion happening in one of the joints. That is where I suspect the leak is coming from. Now, I waited for a while, but I never saw a drop of water coming out of that joint. I didn't record this part, but what I did is that I turned on the water faucet and I reached in to put some toilet paper around the joint, and it took a few seconds, but the toilet paper did get wet. So the leak is so small that it hardly leaks. But once the water is running, that's when it starts to slightly drip out. So I made a hole in the ceiling beneath the joint. This way the plumbers could have the space available to work on it. Then I just proceed to give him a call. I know I like to do a lot of DIY projects around the house, but when it comes to soldering a copper pipe in the roof, I don't trust myself enough to get it right. So I would rather call a professional for that. I want to make sure it's done correctly. Even after I had already explained to the plumbers over the phone what the problem was, they arrived and inspected the area. They didn't have the materials on hand, so they went out to get the joints and a piece of pipe. It took them like 40 minutes to go and come back. After that, they came back and it took them like another 20-25 minutes to do the job. In total, it took them about an hour and 15 minutes when they arrived to when they left. They still charged me 2 hours though. Total for labor was $199 and another $12 for the materials. So the grand total was $211 with 99 cents. Had I not found the leak myself, chances are it would have taken them at least about another 30-40 minutes to find the problem, and I would have probably ended up being charged like $300 for 3 hours of labor. So I was at least glad I could save myself a little bit of money just by finding the leak myself. Let me know in the comment section if you've had a similar situation where you've been able to identify the leak yourself, or if you had no choice and had to let the plumber find it. That is all I have for you all today. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe to help out the channel. It would help out the channel tremendously. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.